All right, let's bring him in. Ask him himself. Sean Pena of Exeter joining us. Good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
We are good. You agree with Coach Moyer there that Fogos are a different type of breed?
Oh yeah, we're a very different type of breed.
I've heard the same about goaltenders, by the way, Coach Hetler, as well. What is it about the X? What did you find attractive about being the face-off guy to begin with?
Well, since youth days, I've always been taking the face-offs. So by the time I got to high school, that was like kind of the only position that I was good at. None of the other players could really take face-offs, so I just stuck with it. And then by the time I got into the summer, I just got really good at it because I just took so many reps. And now I've been trying to figure out different techniques to get better at it.
I don't know if that's fair, is it, to say that's the only thing you were good at? I find that hard to believe.
I mean, at the time I was a freshman, and there's a lot of other kids on the field that my coach was playing. So, and then all the other kids really weren't as good at face-offs as I was. So.
Gotcha. Again, Sean Pena, our guest of Exeter, the junior, is committed to Denver. I don't know if you heard our last segment or not about poaching that's going on at the NCAA level, where some coaches will approach committed players. You haven't run into any of that, have you? It seems like you're pretty happy with your choice in Denver, seeing that they won the national championship, I would assume, right?
I'm very happy with my choice, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so
I haven't run into any of that.
No temptations as of yet then, huh?
No.
All right, let's talk about your team here so far, and then I'll turn it over to the guys. It seems like your crew over there, the Blue Hawks of Exeter, have had kind of an up-and-down season. You guys look like world beaters maybe one game, and then the next game, well, it's not your best effort. What can you say about the consistency of your club as you head into the playoffs?
I feel like right now we're in a great state because you just won a great game against Goffstown in overtime win, so everybody's happy. I feel like going to playoffs we're going to be more energetic than before. Because during the regular season, like you said, we're up and down. And I just feel like just tough losses like against Bedford kind of brought us down, but we feel like we can play with higher level. So if we win against Merrimack on Wednesday, then I feel like we have good chances later on against like Bedford and BG.
Okay. Sean, Coach Cameron, thanks for coming on. So, I mean, we could talk about the whole recruiting process. We could talk about Denver, but were you down in Philly for the national championship?
I was not. I couldn't go.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, it's tough during the season. So you mentioned that you guys do have Merrimack and then you have Bedford, but you had a real exciting overtime win against Goffstown. You knocked them from the unbeaten ranks. How did the matchup go with you and Christian Marquis at the X? I know that you guys won early in overtime, so you must have won the face-off in overtime.
Yeah, I did. At the beginning, I was doing good. I was getting the clamps quickly, and then he found his rhythm, so it was kind of a battle back and forth. But at the end, I was winning most of them, and that's what we got the possession and won in overtime.
How does he rank up there with the D1 guys? As we know for our listeners out there, you had Jack McNallen going to Towson. You're going to Denver. Yep. Dylan Hayes going to UMass Lowell. And you have Zach Tucci going to Cornell. Not to mention Brett Datillo, who hasn't committed yet, but you have some high D1 level kids there. How does Christian Marquis match up with those guys?
He was pretty good. He was strong, and if he got the clamp right away, it was hard to get the ball away from him after he got the clamp.
All right, good. So what's it like playing with your brother this year? His brother Mike Pena is a freshman on the Exeter Blue Hawks team.
It's really fun. It's a blast. I love having him out there. He's very smart with the offense. And a lot of times I ask him what I should be doing better and stuff like that. And we try to set picks for each other on the field, and I always look for him.
You don't beat him up too badly, do you?
Oh, no. Not in practice.
Sean Pena is our guest from Exeter, widely regarded as the best face-off man in the state. Coach Hetler, you agree with that statement before I let you get after
we should have Sean rank the face-off guys.
We should have him rank the face-off guys. I do agree with that. Yeah, no, I've had the pleasure of watching Sean on our 2016 Tomahawk team for a long time, and he's been a dominant factor for that team. Sean, what adjustments? I looked. You haven't played Merrimack since early in the season, and they played you to a 13-14 loss for them. What adjustments do you guys have to make going into the playoffs there to Merrimack? Have you gotten a chance to watch them since then? What made Merrimack so dangerous early in the season there, and what are you looking to do as you guys play them next week?
I feel like, at the beginning of the season, it was just rough start, I guess. I mean, we weren't moving the ball as quickly. I feel like now, since we've gotten better over the season, we can move the ball quickly. And if we do that, then we can get more scoring opportunities and stuff like that. I knew that at the beginning of the season, my faceoffs weren't as great, and I was losing most of them to Merrimack because he was very fast. I believe he's going to Sacred Heart. I forget his number, but
26.
yeah. So I think we'll have better chances this time because we're playing better as a team now.
Looks like your defense is coming together too. You guys are putting up solid defensive numbers right now too. Have you guys tightened things up on that end as well?
Yeah, Cole's really, since he was out for most of the season, it's kind of tough. But Cam he stepped in, he did a great job. But now Cole's back, and he's taking control of the defense and telling him what to do.
Hey, Sean, how are you? It's Coach Moyer. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Yeah, I don't even need to talk about the NHIAA playoffs. I've already made my selection for that Merrimack-Exeter game. I'll put that prediction up later on today. So the questions I have for you, obviously, we alluded to the fact you're going to Denver, and that's a great fit. I want to brag a little bit here. I did select the Pios to win the NCAAs on my bracket. You can see that on 6, so it's relaxed.
There you go.
Needless to say, you're right now. They're asking you to do a lot here over at Exeter. You're a man up. I think you might have been playing some man down. You're certainly on the field 80% of the game. That's not going to be the case when you go to Denver. So, in terms of Fogo, people that don't know, it's a face-off specialist, and I don't even think they're calling themselves Fogos anymore, right? Face-off athletes at this point. Who are your mentors in that, and what are you doing to get better? You're going to have major competition there in Trevor Baptiste and the other guys they brought in over at Denver. So, tell us a little bit about what it's like to be such a specialist.
Well, as you said, at Exeter I play a lot more. But yeah, when I go to Denver, I'm going to focus a lot more on face-offs. And right now I've been working with Bobby DiTillo, Brett's brother, during the weekends. And I just take reps with him and learn different techniques that I can use at the X. And that's what I've been basically doing right now just to keep up with my stuff.
One thing that made Sean so attractive to the NCAA coaches is the new face-off rules, where you can't have the ball in the back of the stick. And for our listeners out there, Sean is very athletic. And when it comes to a scrap, he can out-scrap anyone, and those hockey skills come into play too. So the ball doesn't stay in the back of your stick. You got to make plays out there, and he's an athlete, and he has the ability to be a two-way midfielder.
Yeah, Coach Cameron, I'm sure you, just like myself, when you're at these tournaments in the summer, you may go watch a team that you're not coaching. And I've had an opportunity to watch Sean go 95% from the X in the summer, and it's such a dominating facet. It gives the team such a chance to win.
And his team also has McNallen on
right.
there.
I mean, it's amazing. You're like, oh, who's going out now to win?
Sean, are there any secrets or tips that you can give us that make you that good?
I mean, just always working with your hands. Just like whenever you're on the sideline, just always hold the ball and just like you just grab it and drop it in your hand. Just always moving your hand stuff. What I do sometimes, if I'm just waiting on the sidelines, I just get down and I just do chops just to keep my hands moving. But also too, when you get to the X, there's a lot of mental game that's going on, so you just keep your mind focused on the whistle and stuff like that. So that's what I usually do. Stay focused.
I guess easier said than done, right, guys?
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm surprised he gave you any tips. Normally, these face-off guys don't want to share anything. So,
especially he's working with Brett DiTillo.
Right,
He's working with Bobby, Brett. It's all small fraternity there.
All right, looking ahead, Sean, you've got a big game obviously coming up. What is it, on Wednesday in the play-in round? As you guys look to advance, you're going to have to battle Merrimack at home. What can you tell us about your team's preparations for the Tomahawks 3 days out?
For the Tomahawks or
Merrimack Tomahawks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Coach.
Our preparation. Well, like I said, we have to move the ball very quickly in an offense, and I feel like if we have a strong defense going in, we'll be doing great. Just possession of the ball. At Goffstown in third quarter, we had possession for 10 minutes on offense, which was great. It was the first time we've done that. So if we can do that again and score and keep possession, I believe we can win.
Well, good luck on Wednesday. Thanks for joining us, and let's talk again soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. That's Sean Pena of Exeter, the quote-unquote best face-off man in the state.